Oh, different place to film a video. Oh. Hey guys, so welcome to Raw Wednesdays. I hope you don't mind my little change of setup. I actually have already filmed this video. For some reason the memory card got corrupt, so we're filming it again. I'm still doing the same topic, still don't have a plan, I'm just gonna talk. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't, and let's get going. So basically I have grey hair, and you might be able to tell that I am not that old. I am 21 and I started getting grey hair at the age of 14 or 15, and we don't really know why. I just remember being at school and someone, like, I was sat down on the desk, like not on the desk, on the chair. You don't sit on a desk. Well, you kind of sit on a desk if you want to be a rebel. But yeah, I was sat on the chair and someone, like, obviously must have gone past and looked at the top of my head, and they were like, oh my god, Alice, you've got grey hair. And I just kind of dismissed it. I was like, no, whatever. And like, the more people said it to me, the more I believed them, and I got really paranoid about it. And that's kind of where it started. So I thought that I would share with you my little story of, I have grey hair, and it is something that I've been really insecure about, and I am kind of nervous for making this video because I feel like people could judge me for it. But I feel like by me sharing this story, hopefully some of you guys will feel confident enough to share some of your insecurities, or just be more confident about not hiding them so much. And that's what I'm going to do, because I've hidden this for quite a while, and I've come to the conclusion that it's just a part of me. It's just loss of pigmentation in my hair. It doesn't mean I'm old, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with me, it just means I've got a lack of colour in my hair, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like a lot of people could take something from me saying it, or I hope you would, even just one of you, if one of you feels kind of empowered or something, or I don't know, inspired by the fact that I've shared something that I wasn't quite comfortable sharing, hopefully you can feel more confident about being yourself. So that's what I want to get from this video. I hope you don't mind me sharing this with you, and I don't really have a lot to tell you, to be honest. Like, that's all I really know. I have grey hair, but I thought I'd share with you my experience and what I did to try and like come around it, and how I've dealt with it over the years. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe some of you will relate to it, maybe some of you can put yourself in a similar situation or relate it to something else. I don't know, talk to me in the comments, let's start a discussion, be nice, share our problems, and let's just be Alice's Army, like amazingness as we always are. But yeah, that was my really long introduction. So I have grey hair. I've had grey hair since about the age of 14, like I said, and I was never really happy about that. Like, who would, which 14-year-old would want grey hair? I mean, like, why? That was not a good time for me anyway. That's the age when you were already unsure about who you are, or your body's changing, just so many things that are happening in the lives of someone that is 14 or around that age, and just to add something to that was not fun. So adding that to the top of the list wasn't very good. After a few weeks, maybe months, of convincing my mum, she finally realised that I did in fact have grey hairs, and the people at school weren't just saying it for the sake of it. I mean, why would they? It's such a random thing for them to make up, but my mum just didn't want to accept it, I don't think. And my mum was really kind about it, and she actually let me have some semi-permanent hair dye. So we went and got some hair dye, and I went through so many stages of having really badly coloured hair. And I mean, a lot of people do that at school, but they don't do it because they have grey hair. They do it because, I don't know, they fancy blue hair or pink hair or red hair. Whereas I was doing it because I kind of needed to, or at least I thought I needed to. So yeah, I had like semi-permanent hair dye for quite a while, and it turns out semi-permanent is not actually semi-permanent. Like, it never really came out, so you could see it growing out. So in the end we just switched to permanent, and ever since then I have never gone back. I always dye my hair, like every 3 to 6 weeks my hair needs dyeing because my roots start coming through. And I've noticed recently that the grey hairs are getting more, and there's more of them, and it's becoming less easy to hide. Like, it's not something I'm ashamed of anymore. I feel like it's something, if someone questioned me about it, I'd probably just be like, yeah, I have grey hair. Because because I'm probably older, so it is still weird having grey hair at 21. I mean, like, that's not something that happens to everyone, but it's less weird. I feel like I've accepted it a little bit more, and I'm not as shy about talking about it. So I feel like now is the time for me to make this video, because if by chance someone catches a glimpse of my grey hairs, they'll just be like, oh, she has grey hair. They probably won't think into it too much. I think that's the trouble with when you have like an insecurity. I think you yourself put a lot of pressure around it, and I feel like you make it a big deal, when in reality probably everyone else around you doesn't really care that much. Like, they probably don't really find that a significant thing about you. There's probably so many better traits about you and other things that they find so good and so amazing that they really don't care about that one little insecurity. I feel like just as the person yourself, as the individual, you put a lot of pressure on yourself and think that that's just going to make people judge you. And I've learned over the years that they don't, and I feel like that's why I wanted to share this with you guys. I want you to realise that people don't care as much as you do. Honestly, like, if you ever look in the mirror and think, oh my god, I look so gross. Like, I always used to look in the mirror and think my legs were fat and that I didn't have big enough boobs and like loads of stuff. I used to be really insecure, and I've realised over the years that some people say stuff, like people tell me that I have no boobs. I'm totally going off topic, but oh well. And I'm just like, too right I don't, and I'm going to embrace that. I'm not going to have backache when I'm older, and I can wear cute little bras and I don't know, just odd things like that. So when people do say to me, you have grey hair, I'll be like, yeah I do, and oh well. Like, it's in fashion now. Like, people pay a lot of money to have grey hair. I could totally like strip all my hair and just go grey. I feel like I'm the female Philip Schofield. If you don't know who he is, Google him. He's got grey hair and he has for quite a while. I don't know of any females that are like this. I feel like a lot of girls, just because it's so easy for girls to dye their hair, I feel like a lot of people do hide it. So if you do know someone who's in a similar situation, or I don't know, someone, if a friend of a friend, let me know. It'd be nice to know that I'm not alone. And I don't know, if you're in this situation, you're not alone. And even not applied to the hair thing, even if you've got an insecurity, just know that you're not alone. There's probably, actually there's no probably about it, there's definitely someone else out there who's going through the same thing. And I feel like the more people that stand up and talk about it, no matter how kind of nerve-wracking it is at first, the more people will kind of look out for you and tell you it's okay. And if there are a few people that say it's silly, or that bully you for it or tease you for it, those people aren't people that you need in your life. You are so much better than them. And I've now, through like becoming older and being through that experience, I've realised that what people think really is irrelevant. And as much as it does affect you in the moment, those people are so irrelevant, and you've got so many more lovely people around you whose opinion you should care about than those pathetic people that are teasing you. So yeah, hey. Okay, I had to quickly cut that because my housemate was like hammering something really loud. So sorry for that little quick cut, but it was out of my control. So yeah, basically I have grey hair and I am going to be proud of it from now on. I'm not saying that I'm not going to dye my hair ever again, because I like dyeing my hair and I don't really want my hair showing, but I feel like instead of hiding it, I'm just going to like embrace it as much as I can. I'm not going to be embarrassed if anyone else ever asks me about it, and I don't know, I feel like I'm just going to accept it a little bit more. Maybe one day I'll embrace the full grey look when I'm an old lady or an older lady, but for now I am enjoying being brown, and I'm not going to feel super insecure if I ever have any grey hairs on show, because at the end of the day it's just a part of me and I kind of just have to accept it. So yeah, that is basically what I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any particular topics or something that I mentioned in this video that you'd like me to elaborate on or talk about a little bit more, let me know, because I love doing Raw Wednesdays. It's nice to just kind of sit down and have a heart-to-heart with you without any cuts and edits and anything like that. So please do let me know if you have anything you want to talk about in the comments. Don't forget, you are never alone. The Alice's Army Squad are always here for you. Honestly, just tweet the hashtag and someone will come to your rescue, and it's just such a lovely community, and it's so nice knowing that there's so many of you guys now that look out for each other and look out for me. And I just want to grow that, and I want us to sit and be honest with each other and help each other out when we're going through bad times. And that's what Raw Wednesdays are about for me, just kind of having a heart-to-heart and dealing with stresses that are easier dealt with when there are more people involved, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, I hope you don't mind this random little setup that I used. I thought it looked kind of cute. I might film here more often actually. It's quite nice to sit in a different place. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to share it with anyone that you think might need a little motivational talk about this topic, share it with them. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you want, and I'll see you on Friday with another video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye. I am like going to pause it, like, but I'm not cutting this video, so I'm just gonna sit here like that lighting though. Bye guys, I love you lots.